Alright, good evening, Boy Scouts, friends, family, and staff of Troop 123. As always, how are you doing? And also, as always, we miss you guys a whole bunch and we can't wait to see you again. Up on this week's virtual meeting is a lot more stuff about weather. Weather is all around us all the time. We don't even think about it sometimes when we probably should. So tonight, a lot of weather stuff. The first few videos are going to be about wind. Air is all around us. Wind to me is when we feel the air move. So what makes that air move? So we're gonna have a few videos on wind. There are gonna be a few videos on the water cycle. The humidity we feel in the air when we're sweating and goes up in the clouds that we see in the sky, or perhaps fog, comes down as rain. We see it in creeks or ponds or puddles, or great big lakes or oceans and rivers, things like that. So we're gonna discuss the water cycle. There are gonna be two really cool videos on storm spotting. These are actual training videos for the kind of the amateur storm spotters across the nation. I'm not saying you have to go do this, but to me, when we're out at Falling Rock or wherever we go outside, even though we all have our phones on us, it's always good to kind of look around and go, hey, storm's coming, maybe an hour or two, to pass that word on to everybody else around us. So there's some cool things about that. Two videos on severe weather. One is from like Severe Weather Week in Ohio 4 or 5 years ago, so it's very Ohio focused. That's kind of cool. One is a guy who's hiking in higher altitudes above the tree line. So some of his advice may run opposite to what you know or what you've been told. For example, he talks about finding shelter under a picnic shelter in a thunderstorm. I've heard it go both ways. I mean, obviously, you don't want to be in the highest place if there's lightning. But where he's at, he's thousands of feet above sea level. We're not usually that high. So, some of his information is great. But if it sounds different than what you would normally do around here in Ohio, there's a reason. If we're hiking on a bike path at 100 feet above sea level, it's pretty flat. Everything is below lightning strike, especially if we're in a forest, and not beside that one tree. If we're 5,000 feet above sea level, above the tree line, and a storm rolls in, that one picnic shelter might be the target for lightning just because it is the tallest thing out there. So, again, if the guy who is very smart says some things you're not familiar with, that's fine. And just a different perspective from a different environment, right? And we talked about that a couple of summers ago with Aaron Beers and Wilderness Survival Merit Badge. They teach you how to survive in different environments. That's kind of cool. Lastly, there's a few videos. A few days ago was the 76th anniversary of D-Day, the Western Allied invasion of Europe. So there's going to be 2 or 3 videos about that just to watch and enjoy. Quite a lot of videos this week. As always, I don't know if you're going to watch them all tonight, but give them a shot and check it out. I think next week I'm going to try to find some ideas and ways to record weather in your own backyard. And I always say, like, for us old Avery Hand veterans, we would kind of just know Clear Fork Reservoir weather. We just knew it because it was our backyard. So maybe we'll have a go at observing weather in our backyard for a week, but we'll talk about that next week. Guys, have a great week. Talk to you soon, and hopefully see you soon. Good night. Have a great week.